Oh, okay. St. Louis Blues, awesome. Enjoy it. Thanks for popping in. Appreciate it. They winning? Or have they started yet? Snuffly and a little bit PO'd. Hello, Miss Kitten. Very good to see you. Very good. How are you? Ah. Yeah, it's been a weird day. Let's see if I can get something going real quick. Oh yeah, if I remember right, I looked at the, we have one of those thermostats that gives us the temperature inside and outside. Inside here, it's about 71 something, maybe. Outside, I think it was 83. And I'm kind of pissed about that, because I wasn't ready for it to be warm. Which warm I can sort of deal with, but it's the precursor to hot. And with the way the climate is now, I know there's going to be months on end where I not only can't stand to be outside for any length of time, which includes driving, but I also will have a hard time being in my own home, because the upper part of my home, which or my parents' home really, but I have the upper floor, tends to be the hottest part of the house. So I'm going to have to come in with all kinds of different things, like big fans, small fans, pedestal fans, and it is going to play hell with the recording, I'm sure. But fortunately, I've got the sound figured out to where everything is split up. And in fact, that now makes me paranoid about it. So now I want to check and make sure that the sound is still split up, because I did have to restart today. And the fact that I'm kind of sniffly tonight doesn't help either. So that'll just be more I'll have to fix later. I don't know whether it's actually correct or not. I hate having this kind of uncertainty. Let's wait a bit, see if anybody else pops in. Hey, it might just be us tonight. I did have to mess around with the audio settings in OBS, so hopefully I'm coming in okay over the music. I listened back over not last week's, but the week from before, and POW seemed to be balanced fine, but Wildermyth was not. But fortunately, with things on separate tracks, I can bump up the audio on Wildermyth just fine. At least I hope I can. Everything sounds okay? It's good, good. Tell you what, I'm going to attempt a quick de-snotting here. Let me just cut the mic for a moment. Damn. Well, not only did that not help, I think I popped my ear. So, I'm in great shape here. Holy shit. I do have a small fan running, so hopefully that's not going to interfere too much. I did a test recording, and it didn't seem to, I guess is all I needed to say about that phrase. That's all I need to say about that. Okay, so let's say we get things going. Oh, damn it. Okay, let me start my timer. 3, 2, 1. I better be careful about playing this on stream. I might get ESWATted. Welcome to ESWAT City Under Siege by Sega for the Genesis / Mega Drive. ESWAT came out in 1990 for the Genesis, at least this version did. The Master System version came out in the same year, I believe, while the arcade version was a year previous. In the arcade, this was known as Cyber Police ESWAT, and I believe that was the same name that it had in Japan. There's been a lot of notice of this version of ESWAT being much different from the arcade, and that was because the people who programmed it thought of it more as a continuation of the arcade. And there were a fair few changes, which I'll go into as we go through the game. But for all intents and purposes, you can consider this a continuation of the arcade. This did get re-released a couple of times on Sonic's Greatest Arcade Hits, I believe was the title. Also, it was redone for the 360, and it was also redone and currently available on Steam by itself. So the legacy of ESWAT does continue. Without further ado, we got to stop crime in a future time. But first, we're going to watch the scrambled channels. And let's see the intro. Vector Man. Search, okay. Ultra Ear Programmer, Ultra Pad Designer. Seshi Arts. Sound Dolphin. Familiar name for the Genesis games. Weapons Power. My arms broke.
ESWAT.
That is the game we are playing, yes indeed. Okay. So... Misfit, I know you're familiar with this. This was a game that Unplayed a long while back. I actually got his blessing to play this because I'm afraid at some point I'm going to end up stealing a joke or two from him. But he was said he was not only perfectly fine with that, but flattered. Okay, so I'm going to be playing this on easy because it best fits my playing ability. And even on easy, this game can be a cast iron bitch sometimes. Okay, and we go right into level 1 and helicopter problems. Guard Silent City. Also guard the hills around Silent City. Bad stuff happens there. Okay, so this officer actually has a name, at least he did in the Japanese version. His name was Duke Oda. ODA. If there is a name for him in the American version, it was never revealed. It wasn't in the manual or anything. And there was no localization of his name that I could find. And so you basically start out with a standard pistol. Shot is not as bad a weapon as some people say it is because you can actually block enemies' bullets with it. And I do love that Genesis glass breaking sound. So now we got that thing up here and I want it to maneuver into me. I can shoot all day, you know, just... Yeah, there we go. And I hate that motherfucker. Everybody walking around with, you know, rifles and handguns and drones lobbing mortar shells at you, and, you know, fucking Ty Cobb's, you know, slide spiking his way into second is the biggest threat you have in this stage. Seriously, why doesn't everybody just do that if that's the case? Ugh. Okay, so we're going to jump around here. And I can do a jump to get rid of this guy, and I definitely want to. And I find it easier to jump over his bullets. Haha. Dodge that time, you prick. Okay. And I'm going to drop a quick... Actually, I'm going to change save states here, if you'll give me a moment as we go through the game. It's not that this boss is difficult, it's just that I want to try to beat it a certain way. So we have the helicopter here, and it'll maneuver back and forth. And if you pick your spotlight, you can get several shots on it while it's up in the sky. It'll cruise here and then dive down. Now from here it's going to come up on one of the two sides. There it is. And... little helicopter legs, I love it. So we're going to see if we can get it doing what I want it to do. Okay, there it is, yeah. That's what I wanted to do. Like, oh no, what do I do, what do I do, what do I do?
Mission completed.
Oh yeah, the guy just keeps sliding off of the building. Absolutely. Now, interesting thing, this guy was actually one of the final bosses in the arcade. Infiltrate cyber prison. So we start on a platform here, and this is kind of strange. We don't want to go in there. People on the... wow, he's going fast. Yeah, people on the platforms will try to fire at us. We do occasionally have turrets that will try to fire at us. They are not the easiest things in the world to avoid, if you're not careful. So we are in here now. I hope those beams are showing up okay on the capture. And we got the huge guys with the ball and chains. I'm just going to let them do their thing to show you. Yep. They just swing the ball and just follow the momentum and kick you. Why they wouldn't try to hit you with the ball, no idea. But anyway, one thing Un did reference here, I'll definitely make a reference to. He mentioned thinking when he was a kid, I believe he said, that he had the guys in the uniforms with the rifles. He thought at first they were prison guards, so he was afraid he was just shooting the wrong people. I can kind of see that. I mean, you know, it's quite obvious, you know, who the big criminals actually are. But the other ones, yeah, I could see some confusion there. Also, very similar cell blocks. This must get very confusing when the time comes to do an audit or something. Those green lasers are supposed to be flickering. Maybe it'll show up, maybe it won't, I don't know. I don't think it will. But anyway, we just keep shooting our way through here. You can't see me. Every cell block is D1, so that just adds to the confusion there. It is possible to get these guys to knock backwards towards you. They don't seem to be doing it. Very important here, that arrow says go, and it's pointing to the right. You want to go right, not down. Hello, Chris. Good to see you, my friend. Yes, ESWAT. So we have this conveyor here, and we actually want to duck on it to get to the foreground. And we do want to get back over the fence for one simple reason. When these guys land, if you are on the other side of the fence, they'll jump it, and when they land, they will shoot a shot from their cannons. But you can block their shots. Assuming you don't completely fuck up. And now that the guy that's jumping is done, we have this intellectual dead end here, who is just going to keep shooting until the end of time. So all you have to do, one pop in the knee and he's done. Yay, New Year's Day! Celebrate! And we are promoted to ESWAT. In the arcade, there's actually 3 promotions you need to get, going along with capturing 3 different bank robbers. Defend Neo 3 Mile, because the first 3 Mile Island went so well for us. So as you see, we still have our regular shot, and it functions the same way as before. But the good thing about this with the ESWAT suit, if you die, you do get a bunch of special weapons, but if you die, you lose whatever special weapon you were using. In the crotch. One up the grundle. But if you have a shot and you die, you never lose that. And we have our first weapon here, the PC. PC, by the way, stands for Plasma Charge, not Plasma Cannon, as I thought for so many years. And that's what the Plasma Cannon, or Plasma Charge, does. Big shot, And then you can hold it down for, or tap it repeatedly for rapid fire. This is what you get if you have turbo. Well, you know, yeah, he's not exactly going to make the GQ best dressed, but it gets the job done. And now we have the rocket launcher, which is very weird. It starts out above your head and then goes along the ground and actually has solid target penetration. Very, very strange, that. But also very handy in a lot of situations. Hey, Scorn. Well, glad to have you stopped in. Appreciate it. Enjoy said restaurant. Leave a nice big tip for me in case I ever get there. And then we have our next weapon, which is the Super. Super, this was the default weapon in the ESWAT arcade game. Even though I have turbo on, this is still rapid fire. It's 3 shots at a time. Generally speaking, this is a pretty good overall weapon as a default weapon. You're going to be a problem, aren't you? The one problem I have with the Super, unlike the Shot, the Super does not stop bullets. It's easy to think that it would, but sadly it does not. Since Un was fine with me taking the occasional joke, I'm going to do one of them here. He mentioned this was Neo 3 Mile, not to be confused with Neo 8 Mile, home of Neo Eminem. I thought that one is so good. And finally we have Fire, and after I get these guys out of here, I will demonstrate it. Oh, by the way, that's also the jetpack here, so we can hover for a long time. We can also zip around. So I'm going to drop a quick stave so I can demo Fire. So Fire is the basically the screen clearer. It'll destroy or damage all enemies on the screen. The only problem is it will completely drain your burner through use, and it will expel itself in the process. So you'll have to reclaim it. Fire is not something I'm going to use all that often, especially because the burner is something very handy to have, and I just don't want to be without it. So this guy, even on easy, this guy can be kind of tricky, and on the harder levels, he is a just super bastard. So you want to let him fire off the helmet. Easiest way I've found. Now, you can, if you want, try to get into a jump battle, get some shots in on him, and then try to jump back over the helmet. I don't find it worthwhile because it's more likely to get you hit, but that rocket launcher technique with the jetpack? Yeah. Oh yeah, fire at a nuclear power plant. Any of these weapons at a nuclear power plant. And, Zombie Rick Sanchez next. Attack Mad Scientist. I will say this is my favorite level in the whole game and one of my favorite levels in video games. Especially because of this music. So you'll notice no burner, first and foremost. Yeah, either because we're in a flammable environment or just because it's close quarters and it doesn't really matter. We have no burner for the majority of this mission. So the big feature here is this black pudding, black slime, whatever it is. This is probably, I'm guessing this is something the Mad Doctor himself has made. That slime you can't do anything about, and if it reaches your head, you are dead as Dillinger. This slime you can push back, though. And the Super is a good weapon for that. I believe you can probably push it back with the rocket launcher, but unfortunately, once it's already there, there's nothing you can do about it. These things can be destroyed with one hit from the plasma charge, but it's not really worth it, given the charge time you need. So we got this barrier here, you need to push it back and then high jump over it. Simple and simple. And push that back to cover your tracks up. And now we have a Sega slow-moving elevator segment like they love in so many of their games. So the slime, as it comes up, is going to raise the platform. You can destroy the bits of slime that the fingers are shooting. Your best bet is to try to just get yourself away from their arc ahead of time. And I'm actually impressed that I managed to do that well. Normally I don't. Yes, no burner, I remember. Okay, so now the slime is coming from below us. Fortunately, we have these pontoons on the ceiling. Can either bop them with our head or shoot them down. And we just, wait, there we go. Just wait enough. And let's see. And the rocket launcher does an acceptable job, but I think I'd still rather have the super for that. And all four of those are going to bust at once. I don't know what those things remind me of. I swear I saw something like that in a movie once. I'm totally tortured now as to where it was from. Hopefully by the time this becomes a YouTube video I can remember. If not, I apologize to you once again. There's no point really in that vertical shaft. It's not going to help you any. Job number one is still getting out of that tunnel before the slime catches up to you. Odd explosions, and our burner refills. And here we have the mad scientist. Fortunately, he is pretty easy to deal with. We can just hover here, use the super or whatever to get the top sensor. I love how he just, puts his hands up whenever he's hit, like, I give up, no I don't. And use the rocket launcher to get the middle. Plasma cannon action, or charge, whatever, plasma, whatever, on the middle one for that. Definitely a cool touch how he launches slimy ESWAT clones at you. And pretty simple overall. Yeah, he's a wily wannabe pretty much.
Mission completed.
Here, have plasma in your face. Think about what you've done, see you in the sequel. Which there never was. Destroy Dark Base. Okay. Okay, now this is where I'm going to pause and lay down a save state because this mission is, for me at least, the most difficult ESWAT mission in the entire game. And yeah, work on your eyebrows. Yeah, you gotta get the flexing down. But yeah, this one is going to be the one where I do a whole lot of saves coming. And I will be celebrating like a madman when I get through it. So let me just psych myself up for it. Until the next episode will probably do. So always remember, if you're going to be a mad scientist, make sure you don't leave any flammable stuff around. And for God's sakes, like Misfit said, work on your eyebrows. Look the part at least. So take care. Until we game again. Cut. Okay. This is going to be a big ball of fun. All right. Okay. I've stalled long enough. Okay. 3, 2, 1. I spy in my little ice another mission for ESWAT. Welcome back to ESWAT on the Genesis, and we are about to start mission 5, which is, again, to me, the most difficult mission in the entire game. I'm going to get through this by the skin of my teeth and through a lot of save state abuse. So let's not dally, shall we? So, by the way, I should explain my intro since I didn't in the last video. The organization we are fighting here is called EYE, but it's never actually explained in the manual what I stands for. Unsuggestion was evil yogurt eaters. I really don't have anything better than that, so we're going to go with that. Duke Oda here, the officer in question, first name Officer Oda, first name Body, is wearing what is called an ice suit. I believe it's supposed to stand for Integrated Combat Exoskeleton. That's my best guess anyway, because, again, that was dumb. I walked right into the shadow ship there. Wow. Yeah, that thing would normally hover back and forth and drop a bunch of those things at different heights. Also the gimmick here, by the way, the red floors will damage you. The blue floors will completely restore your burner. So you want to make judicious use of those as you go through the level. Now this part is just annoying. So we have the stair lift here, or stairway rather, and we have to hop on the non-flashing stairs in order to make the lift go down. If we step on the red ones, not only will we take damage, but the lift will start going back up. And it descends closer to a damage floor the more we go, but we got through it. Acronym, the game, yes, exactly. Oh, a couple of things about the arcade while I'm thinking of it. This was a two-player game in the arcade. Rocket launcher again, penetrating solid targets for whatever reason. And even not so solid ones. We want to start backwards here. And a rocket launcher shot will take care of this guy pretty nicely. It will also kind of hop up onto those platforms and deal with these guys. But there were a lot of things in the arcade version that were pretty cool that were left out of the home version. Notably some really interesting bosses, including one guy who was named Rat Lee, who was Chinese, so basically, you know, Chinatown attack. Wow, I'm doing a lot better than I usually do on this. I'm astounded. Who attacked you with, of all things, a trained tiger, a trained gorilla, and finally a monster truck. You know, if you thought Kurtwood Smith using the van in RoboCop was impressive, yeah, Boddicker had no monster truck. You know, he's got nothing on Rat Lee. Okay. Okay, I actually am amazed I made that jump there, and I got full life, and I'm happy about that. Because this part is going to be kind of a bitch. Also in the arcade, the Super was your default weapon, and it acted basically like a machine gun. You could also pick up the plasma charge. Well, that went wrong in a hurry. Yeah, those red blocks, as you see, have burner recharges, but they also damage you. And that's about the cleanest I've ever managed to get through that. But yeah, the Super was your default weapon, and it fired much faster, but you could also get the plasma charge and a shotgun-like weapon as bonuses. Now this platform here, even though it's not marked as such, is going to serve as a burner recharge for us. And that'll be handy throughout the rest of the level. Because there are several places we're going to have to jet around, as you see. And there are also going to be some of these guys on the hover bikes that we'll have to deal with. Some of them are easier to handle than others. And right about here, I want to do a jet myself. Rather, I want to jet around myself. Okay, this is not going well. I know there's another one coming, I just didn't remember where he was. And as you see, they sometimes will drop additional weaponry. This is not actually... Yeah, I'm fucked. Oh. There we go. Yeah, this is not actually anything additional. This is if you happen to have lost one of your other weapons prior to being here. Ugh. It can be very difficult to time exactly when to jump and try to shoot those guys. Oh, you bastards. Holy shit, I can't believe I made it through, and I have one little tiny sliver of health for the boss. But that's about what I expect out of this level. So we now have a one-time power-up. Our suit turns red, and we have unlimited burner. Because we're going to have a dogfight with the boss. And we walk on air for some reason. I think that's an emulation problem. It's funny regardless. So this guy has a lot of... I was actually doing well for a moment there. I should have known. So this guy has a lot of ordnance to throw at us. And we can also kind of get there and gun him. The main two things this guy has are the homing missiles and the ability to just barrel right the hell into us. He likes to do that a lot. Now, ideally you want to try to keep pace with this guy, so you can take a look at what he's doing and react to it better than I am. Now that looks a little better. One of the biggest problems here, if you lose track of him off screen, you know, he can, like I said, suddenly barrel right into you, and there's not much you can do about it. He has those side shots, he has the downward shooting lasers, and he has the homing missiles. And then he just tries to body check you on top of everything else. If you can keep pace with him, then you're in pretty good shape overall. If you lose track of him, you can get in trouble very easily. One thing about this boss, by the way, I mentioned several times before that I've been to MagFest, the Music and Gaming Festival. Traditionally happens in Washington, D.C. every year. One year, there we go.
Mission completed.
Yay! Can't get me. One year there was actually a bunch of challenges, and one of them involved this boss. I'll tell you in a minute, as we have a drill worm. Penetrate secret sewer. Sounds like a romance novel, doesn't it? I think I need to make a call to HR. But anyway, the challenge with the boss was to beat it using only the shot, and it took me many tries, but I did it. So down here, you want to try to stick to the bottom. It's generally the easiest place to deal with. And those green beams, I hope they are showing up on the capture. When they are triggered, they will bring up those rocket launchers. They will always fire the top rocket first, then the bottom, and they will reload themselves afterwards. And I did that totally wrong. And then you have these bits of slime. The easiest way to get them is by ducking and shooting them. I tried using things like the plasma cannon on them, and I was just making it unnecessarily difficult. The super works just fine. Ooh, life up. Yes, please. I will wade through a sewer for life up. Teenage Mutant Ninja Cyber Cop. Heroes in an ice shell. ESWAT power. Now, if there's any way to get rid of this thing, I have not found it. As you can see, it's making the kind of tinky sound when something can't be destroyed. Some of them are able to turn around. Luckily, that one isn't. And I'm screwing up again. And again. Okay. And, oh shit, I didn't. Okay, well, let's beat him again. That's one of the pair of lasers it can fire from the... Fuck you. Also an example there of how you can lead your shots. Yay, Plasma New Year! Take care, Scorn. Thanks for stopping in, man. I probably should. The problem was I would have done that, but since I was on the super at the time, I would have lost the super. Now, with me being on shot here, I can absolutely do that, because I never lose the shot weapon. And showing you how it reloads. And now it just pieces out into the sludge because I'm dead. Yeah, if you're gonna die, you want to go back to shot. Otherwise, you lose whatever weapon you were currently on, and you have to hope you get a refill somewhere. Or not necessarily a refill, but somebody has the weapon to pick up again. When I get a chance, I'll show you what those slime things do if they catch you, and why you definitely don't want them to catch you. Yeah, they're gonna do that to you and rapidly deplete your health. And that doesn't do anyone any good, except for I, and we're not here to help them. And that was dumb of me. And that was all dumb of me, so... You remember how I said, you know, level 5 was going to be the tough level? Well, level 6 is no slouch either. biggest problem with this area is that you have to do a whole lot of stand up, kneel down, stand up, kneel down. It's like what we used to call in church Catholic aerobics. Stand up, sit down, kneel. Stand up, sit down, kneel. This one's being a pain in the ass because it's only vulnerable on the dome. And I didn't have much of a choice there. And this one can turn around, so problem. Get rid of the slime first because those guys are no threat to me up there. Ah! No! He slimed me. Not allowed. Well, hell. Ain't gonna get much better than that, so I might as well go with it. And I'm not sure how much I still have to do before the boss, but this level is not all that long. But it does have the really cool music. I have to wonder exactly how secret this sewer really was. I mean, you know, the city's architectural designer had to know there was a sewer here. The bad guys didn't just come in and, you know, start doing urban renewal. Or maybe they did. And now we have the boss, giant drill worm. So there, it has a specific couple of patterns to it. It's vulnerable in the eyes, so it will do that. It will start with that medium length dive. Then it will have the short dive here, coming up in a moment. Then it will have the high dive and will zoom right to your location, followed by the medium dive again. And it will repeat this process. As long as you have burner, this thing is not too bad as long as you don't panic. You mainly want to bait it where you need it to go. Also keep in mind it is only vulnerable when the eyes are open, and the eyes do not always open on every pass. But the rocket launcher is actually the easiest way to hit it because it will pass through the worm itself and hit any of them that are open. This was another one of these bosses that I was fighting kind of too aggressively, where all I really needed to do was figure out what the boss was doing and then just kind of go after it. There you go.
Mission completed.
And so much for the giant long worm that tries to screw me in the secret sewer I penetrated. Thanks again, On. And we have a robot tank. 7th mission start. Destroy Tactical Complex. So this place is semi-complex, but it's not going to give me too much of a complex, but I think I will separate this here. So I would like to thank you very much for joining me once again, and always remember, never let a drill worm penetrate you in your secret sewer without permission. Wow, my exits. I better just get out of here until we game again. Cut. Here's a little behind the scenes thing. I write out my intros ahead of time for the videos, but I don't write out the outros. So these are I'm coming up with spontaneously, and sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. And it's very easy to tell which is which. Okay. Quick sip of coffee here. Okay. And timer. 3, 2, 1. You're either ESWAT or you're not. Welcome back to ESWAT on the Genesis, and we are heading into Mission 7, Destroy Tactical Complex. And this is the second time we've destroyed something in the game. I guess they ran out of command verbs. But nevertheless, we are good to go. And let's do it. So we want to be bringing the super online right away, because the first things we're going to run into are a whole bunch of soldiers. We saw one of these guys in the secret sewer, but if you blinked, you missed them. But they are much more numerous here. I love that little shuffle they do before they leap off the platforms. And these guys are actually fairly threatening, mainly because of the tight shot pattern they have. I had to be careful what I say, you know, talking about tight stuff. And we'll deal with him again in a moment. But we are coming up on a mini-boss here, which is actually going to be fairly easy to get rid of, though we're probably not going to be able to do it without taking a little bit of damage. Or a lot of damage. I wasn't anticipating that much, but normally, like, if I get in the right position, I could get rid of it with one rocket launcher shot. I'm sorry, rocket launcher. This guy is metal and he moves like a slug, so that is appropriate. Come on down, you're the next contestant on Fuck You. I instinctively checked to see if I was past a minute there. Okay, so we have a narrow corridor here. And that sound you hear is another barrier that needs to be pushed back, which we are doing. It will actually hurt us, as you see, if we don't do a good enough job. And as you can see, our burner actually can push that back the same way it can destroy walls above us. And now we have a corridor elevator. The idea is we want to avoid these red beams. If the beams catch us, the turrets on the other side will fire at us. But we're all good. So we have a lot of enemies just right below us here. So again, the rocket launcher is going to be our friend. And we want to kind of pace our way down slowly here. Notice the shape of the blocks, by the way. That's going to be important in a minute. Life up, but not needed. And we have turrets over there on the red block. And over here on this red block, and that drops the red block. And that one drops. Tetris! Yeah, they must be sweating like crazy in the suits. Yeah, well, beats the alternative, yeah. Nuclear safety. Think about this. And we have a Newton's Cradle trap here. Yep, I ain't kidding. That is a Newton's Cradle we gotta deal with. And I screwed up a little bit there, so I gotta wait down here and let the burner recharge. I could go over there and get the red M, which is a full burner recharge, but by doing so, I would actually risk running right into the trap. And those things hurt. Very strange design on this tactical complex, for sure. That one rockets off and explodes, which would hurt me. This one will carefully take me up where I need to go. We just need to follow it along. And we unfortunately lost the platform, but that's nothing some burner action can't fix. We do want to be careful about the burner energy, so going to be letting that recharge as I go, and Rockets are pretty damn useful here. We'll take this section slow. Or we could just completely fuck it up. That works too. So this area, as you see, we have full life, but... yeah, that spike trap is instant death. And we just have to wait for it to go away, and it will not trigger a second time. Sneaky of them to bait me like that. But, everything's all good. Burner's back to full, life's back to full. It's a good day to be a SWAT. And these guys, you just want to bait them down and they'll run right into the cannon. Hard to hire good help these days, you know. So this part is kind of annoying because this thing is going to be moving back and forth, and both of these things hurt. And this is a teleporter, but we do not want this one because it's going to take us damn near all the way back to the start of the stage. So what we need to do here is let the burner recharge a bit. And head up this way. This is the teleporter we want. Little elevator ride. Most of these guys are going to be so far off their aim. In fact, the one guy that was there, I should say. The one guy that was there representing most of these guys is just going to be so far off their aim it's not even worth bothering. And we want some plasma charge here to take care of these things before we start dealing with the lifts. And that was terrible. That was just all around terrible. And we have to duck down to squeeze through that. Oh good, somebody dropped some life. You get barely any life, though, in ESWAT. That is a mite annoying. And now we are going to run into some old fiends. And I just want to do something real quick for the fun of it. I'm going to try that again. Oh, wait till they start moving. I'm dizzy. It didn't do a damn thing. Okay, screw that. Now, this time we have a problem because we cannot block the super shots that they're shooting. So we just have to get rid of them as soon as possible. Rocket launcher does a fine job of that. And now we are heading down here to face the tank. Now, for the tank, you can actually do a bunch of jumping around if you want, but it's really not necessary. First thing you want to do is do some plasma shots at its midsection. The ideal target are those red lights. And now the target is the yellow dome. The thing is, well, somebody's playthrough lied to me because I thought it wasn't going to come all the way over. Okay, totally wrong. Yeah, I'm totally going to die now. In fact, you know what? Let's just do this all over again. Let's do this all over again. Because because I thought there was a trick to do it without having to move around so much, but clearly not the case. Oh, and as you can see, still hasn't figured it out. You are just a complete raging schmuckoid, aren't you? Unbelievable. Alright, so for this form you do want to stay over here towards the corner. Duck that shot. Jump those shots. That's really all you have to worry about from this part of it. Okay, now, your target again is the yellow dome. So the thing is going to jump around, get up, and get down. Now what you want to do is jet out of the way and make sure the thing doesn't land on you, because if it does, it will chop off a huge amount of health. Also, if you plan it right, you can get several plasma charge shots in one go.
Mission completed.
Boom. And there it is. And our final mission, we are going after the Riddler. So apparently ESWAT is serving Gotham City. Break Eye's plan. Shouldn't we know who Eye is first? And if IRE except after C. Life up, very happy about that. So this section is largely composed of one area, and we'll get to it in a minute. I should also mention something I had forgotten to before. There was a proposed sequel to this game. It was by a company called Backbone Entertainment. They were actually working with Sega and were responsible for developing a whole lot of home console conversions, virtual ones, of classic Sega games. They also worked with companies like Midway, Williams, Namco, and Konami, and they were very famously the company behind the 360 conversion of Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Backbone proposed the ESWAT sequel, but Sega did not greenlight it. Also, Backbone, if you're wondering about what else they might be known for, if you're a PlayStation Portable fan, they are the people behind the Death Jr. franchise. But odds are, if you've played a Genesis game, a Konami game, or something from Williams, Williams, Namco, or Capcom, that was translated from the arcades or an older console to the 360 or the PS3, odds are Backbone Entertainment was behind it. And these things get really freaking pesky. Those drones are fucking annoying here. They will just wreck your shit. Yeah, we're not doing that. This is a hard ride to survive. Just poke out the eyes. I actually looked and I could not find out what the acronym for I was. It was just never mentioned anywhere. Overall, I find the rocket launcher is the best thing to use here, considering so many things are below you. The trick is trying to remember where they are, where they pop up, where they go, where they come from, Cotton Eye Joe. The other problem with the drones that makes them so annoying, the drones can still hit you when you are off screen, because they lob the bombs downward. So they're never truly gone unless you actually destroy them. No! Fuck you. Fuck you and everyone who looks like you, which is everyone in this stage. Okay. We have reached the final boss. Or apparently we're in Shade Man's stage from Mega Man 7. I'm not sure which. Well, this is interesting. We're in a $1.25 tree, apparently. Just tons of bootlegs. So this is the boss of I, who has built his own ice combat suit, and had it plated in solid gold. Because, you know, he's just knowingly ostentatious like that. This guy is no joke, though. His main weapon is the plasma charge, but his version, as you can see, is much faster than ours. He can also potentially fire 2 shots at once. Just one after another. He's got the jetpack. He doesn't really have anything else, though. Actually, I take that back. There is one other weapon he has, and that is the fire weapon. And he's going to use it when we get him down to enough health. There's a 2-shot. Okay, he's using it now. Wow. Okay, that has never happened. I'm glad I got that on recording, because that has never happened before. I'll explain what it was in a moment.
Mission completed.
Yes, he's a robot. Shock and horror. Okay, now, I'm going to go back to before this battle starts, because that is not the way it was supposed to end. I have never seen that happen before. Like I said, what is supposed to happen, we are supposed to take gradual damage from the fire weapon, and depending on how much life we have, it will either kill us or it will leave us just alive enough to outlast him. His version of the fire weapon will take 6 hit points away from us exactly. As long as we have at least 6 hit points, we will survive it. If we have any less, then we are hosed. And also, as you saw, by the way, once he activates the fire weapon, there's no stopping it. So the key here is to try and maneuver around him as much as possible to have as much HP as we can when he decides to let loose with the fire. To that end, you want to stay away from directly in front of him, because that's when he's going to try to shoot the plasma at you. I didn't mean to do that. I did not mean to do that. I hit the wrong button. And now I don't have my jetpack. That might fuck me. Okay. Alright, now this is what's supposed to happen. Notice the life ticking off. Okay. We survived the fire. So now all we have to do is just walk down here, or it'll auto-start for us. And, oh, wait a minute, this is happening again?
Mission completed.
Oh man, twice in one day, that sucks. ESWAT has completed its mission and discovered 2 shocking facts. 1, we are apparently the Podipa. 2nd, we love long dramatic pauses. 1st, I's leader was actually a robot. 2nd, he was trying to duplicate ice combat suits. Had he succeeded, well, he actually did to a certain extent. They just weren't as intricate or useful as ours. The mission to destroy I was successful. Once more, the world is safe, at least for now. And it's still safe to this day. Backbone Entertainment wanted to bring us more ESWAT action, but Sega didn't feel it was necessary. Odd placement there. It does look like they has the glowing nipples on the ESWAT suit. So, you know, this is a Joel Schumacher movie, apparently. And this was the reason I wanted to try the fire weapon on the robot twins. Because, you know, it didn't work anywhere near that way, but it would be great. Dolphin, aka Sound Dolphin, a lot of music done for the Genesis. That, by the way, is the same type of police car that was used in the first Streets of Rage. How in the hell the ESWAT suit fits in that thing? Maybe it's a transformer and he can just kind of squeeze in. Sega 1990? Cool guys, never look at explosions. Well, I guess you're not as cool as we thought. But, you know, he's still a chief. And this was a nod to the two-player arcade game. That was what the second player looked like. I have no idea what the character's name was, if anything. The end. We have made Silent City of Hills and Raccoons safe for everyone. And I definitely hope I did enough to make this my own playthrough. I definitely want to thank Un for inspiring me and giving me his blessing. So, everyone, take care, and always remember, be cool as an ice suit. Take care, until we game again. Cut. Okay. I have to be honest, my practice runs did not go anywhere near as well as that did. I had no idea what the end result of this playthrough was going to be. I was fully expecting to hose this up and get pissed off and hurl controllers. But no. Okay, so Chris, you still in the chat, man? And Misfit, no, you're still in the chat. So I had a couple of things before I went into Wildermyth. There was a game that I have seen recently. I picked up recently because it was only the pay what you want request for it was $1.25. I actually paid a $1.50. And, oh, son of a bitch. Excuse me a moment, please. I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. My sincerest apologies. I had a bug in here, and I, you know, I don't share my domicile with anything that has more than four legs, so had to deal with that. Anyway, like I mentioned, there was a game I picked up that's fairly new on the independent scene. I picked it up for $1.50. The name of the game is Buckshot Roulette, and it is Russian roulette with a shotgun and some strategy to it. Now, I'm interested in playing this game, and I was contemplating playing it next week, but I wanted to get people's opinions on it first. And okay, I see your opinion right now, Misfit. Yeah, I didn't know how people would feel about that, so I figured I'd float it to you all first. Okay, so that's a nay then. All right. Second thing, as far as Wildermyth goes, I tried as best I could to figure out how to start back from the beginning and make things as close as possible continuity wise. Oh, the bug. Okay. Well, let me know how you feel about the game then. Um, the game itself is not, you know, there's blood in it, but it's like, just dots of blood. It's not like complete blood and guts. Nobody's head gets blown off or anything. Um, and it's really more strategy based than anything else. Uh, we can certainly give it a go because I'm very interested in the game and I'd like to be able to give it a go. But if y'all don't feel comfortable, I won't. Anyway, about Wildermyth. So I ultimately decided to not restart, mainly because there were so many things, even with the cheat manipulations, I could not restore to where they were. I think that even with a 7-chapter campaign, it'll stay interesting enough through it, and I can definitely keep it interesting enough. It's not going to end up anywhere near as long as XCOM was. At least I don't believe it will. And it definitely wouldn't be as long as something like The Legend of Dragoon. So I think I can make it work. Hopefully that's okay. I know, Kitten, I asked your opinion on it. I was definitely going that route, but the longer it went on, the more involved it became, and the more frustrated I got. And eventually, I don't want to frustrate myself with this, so I'm just going to go with what we got. So, hope that's okay. I'm sorry. Okay. All right. Well, with all that out of the way, let me go ahead and get things going. Yeah. I think I'm going to turn the game audio up just a little bit. Actually, you know what? I don't think I need to do that on OBS. I just need to do that in the game itself. Bear with me, technical hoojamabobbers. And glib snorts and all that good stuff. I'll put everything at 0.45. That should hopefully... I checked on the recording from the last time, and things were very faint. It's not a big deal as far as when I go back to edit it, because I can bring up the volume on the game alone now. But, you know, it'll save me the trouble. Okay. Alright then. Okay, let's go ahead and start our timer. 3, 2, 1. Never split the party, because the party members might end up getting split. Welcome back to Wildermyth. And last time, 2 of the party members went on a side quest that was meant to help purge one of them of some parasites. And the parasites said no and give me your lunch money. So as a result, we have now 2 wounded party members and a whole lot of stuff going on. None of it really desirable. So now we have to try to pull back from this and see if we can make chicken salad out of you-know-what. So without further ado, do you want to get willed? Okay, I'm going to load the story because I have a couple of autosaves I did trying to test some things that didn't quite work. Where were we? Let's see. Oh yes, alright. Here's what happens next. I like that, keeping the story idea going. Okay, so let's take an inventory of where we are. As of right now, Median Cedar, maimed and must finish healing before taking any actions. She's down to 1 hit point. Just give me 1 more hit point. Same thing with Kennedy. Median lost an eye. Kennedy has a scar. Sanine and Sandera are both down here in the South House water wheel. Thrixel are infesting this tile. They're investing in this tile. Yeah, great real estate down here. They may ambush groups of 2 or fewer heroes. Patrol or take out the source to clear the infestation. Excuse me. Now, the problem is, in order to patrol, you need at least a party of 3. So, there's also a 15% gratuity on a party of 8. So we cannot do anything down here, and if we linger down here, we run the chance of the Thrixel deciding to come in and wreck our shit. So the rest of them are heading over here to Thornham. A couple that takes off together, gets maimed together. Yeah, you know, well, you know, it's important that couples share everything, including, you know, hospital rooms. So they're headed towards Thornham. I am going to do travel here. I am going to... What am I doing here? Alright, hang on a damn minute. Okay, so both of them are trying to get the hell out of Dodge. Calamities. Your enemies advance their plans over time. Things are getting rougher. So the Thrusk has extra armor. The Woken Slinger can hobble an enemy. The Monster Driver is now stronger, more damage. And now we have the Haunt. I don't remember exactly what the Haunt does. I think it might have some kind of sneaking ability. In any case, I've got 5 legacy points. I kind of want to hold on to them for the most part, but I can deal without that Woken Slinger. Okay, so we're going to spend one of those and cancel that out. The other ones will apply themselves. And we continue on. Ride to Tall Maples Forest. There was probably an easier way to do that. Okay, so 2 of them are healing up. I am going to see about updating an item. And, no tasks assigned. Yeah, I know. Okay. Going to the forge. Okay, so looking at what we have right now, we are working with the most basic of equipment. This is the starter stuff. We have all different types of weapons here. What we can use varies on the type of character class that we are. Oh, I'm sorry. Cut all that. And we also have a possibility of upgrading armor. Humble beginnings. We have scale, which does actually give us some bonuses there. There's a lot of stuff that's locked out because either we don't have the correct amount of materials, or because we are not high enough in level. And some things are locked out until we actually get up to a higher chapter. Okay, so as you can see, our resources are not all that great. We're going to have a lot more at the end of the chapter, but we got to live to see the end of the chapter. Okay, so there's not much that I can do here, unfortunately, because I lack the resources, but I can trade 1 legacy point for each missing resource if I really want to. The thing is, it's going to be 2 legacy points either way, at least. I can sacrifice some range if I want to get more damage and more stunt damage to switch from the farm bow to a special crossbow. I don't necessarily know if I want to do that. Let me see exactly what I can do with Sandera. Now, here's the other rub. Now, Sandera already has a theme attached to her, namely Storm Touched. At some point, that's going to change her other arm, and when that happens, she will not be able to wield a weapon in that arm. There are mods that can actually alter that, but by default, if you have a arm that's been modified because of a theme, yeah, it's either the weapon or the theme. So because of that, I'm a little bit hesitant to do much with her weapon, because if I get the arm at the end of the round, you know, there goes the upgrade. I think what I might go ahead and do, I'm not sacrificing really a whole lot of range if I go to this. Oh, and as you can see, you can click it over and over again and change the name of it. Bandit Taker. That's kind of nice. I like that. So let's see. This will cost 1 fabric, 2 hides, and 3 ingots. Okay, so we'll go ahead and craft this. And yes, that will replace the farm bow. It'll take a few days for that, but that's fine because it's also going to take a few days for Kennedy and Median to recover. And they're both back in action. Yeah, that does sound cooler than Farm Bow. Definitely. Bandit Taker Tier 1, a well-made crossbow. I waste them with it. Some for Knights of the Dinner Table fans out there. Okay, so with that taken care of, let's see. I'm going to double check something here. Yeah, there's some infestation down there, but there's not much we can do, and that's the last place we're going to end up going anyhow. So we're going to head down here. We are going to patrol now that we have everybody back. Mossy Shovel opens. Can't wait to go there. Tall Pixie Pines has been cleared of infestation. Okay. I think we are going to... Well, we're already there, so... Let's go ahead and get rid of this, and then we can put the defenses up. So let's see what we got here. Okay, we'll do this one, because if I do it right, I get a pet out of it. Shy and the Shadow. Oh, a lot of these, by the way, were fan-written. This is a very fan-friendly game, not just from mods. But they include a whole comic book editor so you can set up your own events and such. Annoying color. The sky. I keep having the same dream. Just tell me it, I guess. Okay, so in the dream, I'm standing in a room with walls that go up. Interminably up. They're covered in these minuscule words I can almost read, almost decipher, but suddenly I realize it's the New York Times crossword puzzle and I'm reading it upside down. I can see this isn't entertaining for you. Sorry. No, dear, it's... Screow! Yes, that, it's Screow. Thank you, thing off screen. Kotaro. Sweep. Kerslash. These noises aren't what I'd expect of Thrixel. You know what it sounds like? A domestic quarrel. Yeah, I was going to say, you know, this happened all the time on All in the Family. Yeah, well, we're away from the place Sandera said to meet. Shouldn't be Thrixel this way. We're well away. Yeah, that too. Yes. Gotta get Squow. Squow. Clang splash. Hurrah, leap. They're off. Coro. That poor cat. What's going after it? Should I just make up a meow? No, it's fine. You don't know. Go, raw. Watch it. Leap. Go. Scatter. Go. Hey. Is it sad that his playmate ran away? Go. I'm sad. Playmate? It's lunch more like. Don't just have random sympathy. It gets you tangled up in things. Yeah, you know, like for other people. Darling. Owner's not home. A well-appointed cottage in the wilderness. That's gone sometime abandoned? Sentence structure? Not quite fitting? Look to have left in winter. It's only the warm weather clothes that are left. Corduroys. They left the corduroys. Goro, rather. I'm not imagining it. This thing's depressed. And maybe it is, but we can't actually know why. Well, it doesn't seem to hate us. I'll keep an arrow out all the same. It doesn't seem to notice us, I should maybe say. Oh wait, look, he came back. Kitty! Is it maybe that the cat keeps bothering this thing? I don't know. There's this. Something interesting? A little book. Whisk! Emo demon rabbit thingy. Yeah, just wants to sit in the corner and, listen to stabbing westward. Goro. Something interesting? A little book, whisk. Oh, I already said that. Flip, flop, flip, whatever that was. It's a cookbook to serve man? I don't... No, it's not a... It's a journal. Notes, records of a... Records of a prolonged endeavor. This game makes me feel like I'm semi-literate, you know? I don't know why I'm screwing it up so much. Can I try and read some? Sure, I love hearing you read. I'll stay on guard. Not sure whether that was sarcastic or not. Godaro. So it starts. Day 1. Today I start my dark little spell journal. So it's, yeah, a spell journal? Don't want to leap to any conclusions or anything. Flipping through, there are lists and drawings, diagrams, but it goes on. I shall here document lucidly and diligently as I may. In silent lucidity. My preparations, my processes, my observations. I do not yet know if, how, and to what effects the spell shall succeed, but I am resolved in my course to see it through. And there's an amendment. This gives us the right to bear arms. See it almost through. The final turn scares me. It's frightening magic we channel! Exclamation point. You know, I do love you. Why all of a sudden? Just reminding yourself? A cramped indoor hour passes. Yeah, I don't get that one either. Day 10. The spell is cast, and yet today he languishes, same as yesterday. Sleeps and raises his eyes blearily like a cat 9 times his age. Her voice captures the academic spirit of the writer's unstylish lines. What kind of writer is unstylish? Oh, yeah, Stephanie Meyer, right. Welcome to my blog. Okay, so maybe a simple plan is the emo. Welcome to my blog. Day 34, I grow sure. Small signs that seemed like delusions at first. Manufactured meanings, sprouted of a man's hope-wild imagination. Or maybe hope-willed imagination. They are like letters retraced, becoming starker, clearer. Things are changing. Herb dust, the seeped-in smoke of incense, books and their book covers, the tired beams of rosewood. These soft old cottage smells combine. Blanket weight, the mold odor sinks around their shoulders, growing especially comfortable in this place and time, like winter warmth. Last entry. Noticing the writer never abandons his verbiage, only leans into and away from lyricism. Something to analyze, but Here it is. Sentence fragments. Day 62. My. Miss American Pie. My brain's become a fiddle string. There's an image. As vibrating, focused, lonesome as that, my mind narrows, and every thought is a pressed note along that stinging single strand. A solitary stem from which not every sound or contemplation I would once have easily produced may now flower. Find the words he uses pretty exhausting, don't you? Perhaps old age would have always been like this, at least shy. Shy continues to mend. For the first time today, he ate with gusto. The whole herring I brought him. I've gone back to my old diaries to check, it's been just over 2 years. And as I must have noticed previously, it's this extended span of smallest changes that I find most heartening. The pattern and pace speak to me of momentum, a steady motion that I may carry forward far into the future, if never near forever. If never near forever, ever have I ever. I find myself fearing the end, but fear too is a new darling of mine. Mortal fear. Fresh and clear and bright, it confirms for me that the world keeps its bargains. He strengthens as I waste down. This fate is what I wrought for myself, and for him, let's not be sad. And though it appears the tweaks I made failed, I think of that midnight orchid I so arduously hunted and harvested, so carefully separated, you gotta keep them separated, that those efforts have done nothing to mitigate or smooch out? Smooch out? The hell kind of... Okay, I have never heard, like, you know... Okay, I'm sorry, you appear to have a small skin lesion. We're going to have to smooch it out. Yeah. Or smooch out the transfer of my years. Let's not get down about it. Let's just smooch it out. Don't talk, just kiss. Have to believe he meant smooth out. Wow, I love it when the game is right there with me. The game realizes, okay, that was terrible phrasing. Oh, damn it! I was hoping we could smooch out, honey. Oh yeah, misread that. Smooth out the butt. I am quite free of any regrets. Gratitude is what I feel. If you are reading this, believe me, mostly I am grateful. Now I wish to say, if you see Shy around, chase him off. That cat will live 1,000 years. I don't know where he'll go, but don't let him waste his new life here. For here I will soon be bound. To what extent I shall eventually diminish, it seems hard to guess. I suspect I shall be nothing but a shadow soon. Lightless, thoughtless, meaningless, and without memory, a shade. May you live long, dear reader, never needing to learn the lengths you'd go to save the ones you love. Corduroy. That was my favorite Pearl Jam song, Corduroy. He signs his name Kablop Sedga, foolish warlock of Lankmeadow. Then this shadow thing is what's left of him? Seems like. Yes. Choose. Well, we can do what the guy wanted anyway. Lead his cat away from here. Yeah. And I'm sure whatever he wanted was needlessly selfless. Let's ignore it. Corduroy. Now, let me see if I can... Yes. I can lay a save state down there. Perfect. Because if I remember correctly, one of these options actually gives me the cat as a pet. I think it is this one. I balk, though, at the prospect of just leaving him alone. Alone like this, peaceless over infinite seasons, perhaps over eons. Yeah, but what's... Throft. Godaro. Burn it. He wants it burned. You think burn it, the journal? I'd burn it, love, but you do what you think's Right. Setting fire to a book is never as easy as it sounds. Sure it is, just ask the Christian right. But Median gets the oven hot enough. Page corners catch, and the flames start to eat. Pardon me, I need a drink. Cut this. Okay, back. Yeah, these sound effects, I'm approximating them as best I can. Not that that's necessarily a good thing. Cordoba. And when the heat is high with a kind of hunger, the shadow leaps. Thrift. Going to the thrift store. This is super awesome. Joins the Black River, flowing into a wide and already smoke-dark sky. And the cat on a hot thatched roof. A little later, supposed to meet up around here at the Cleft Hill, weren't we? Is this one cleft enough, love? This one could be dangerous, could be a trouble cleft. I don't know, how cleft should it be, I guess I'm wondering. Schwip. I can has cleft cliff? Choose. Got an opinion? You. Median plus cat. At least you trust me, huh? Kennedy plus cat. Followed us, saying goodbye. Let the cat wander. I think if we're going to have a black cat, it should be going along with the closest thing to a witch slash sorceress, which would be the mystic. So, Median, congratulations. You can has pet cat. We'll get you some fish when the battle's done. Meow. And that is the story of how Median met Shy. Kennedy, why aren't you with... Oh, there she is. They'd go together wherever thereafter they went. Together thereafter and never to pass. And mission. Okay, so let's see. We've got 2 Dweavers and 2 Thrusks, and now they have that armor bonus, so that ought to be a whole lot of fun. And, okay, we have our first spirit. So, this in particular is a water spirit. There's several different types. What the spirits will do, if I can manage to zero in on it, there we go. The spirits will stick around for a few turns. It will move increasingly further into the battlefield. If you are able to catch it, then you can either, I think, get some materials out of it, or you can have it do an augmentation of whatever your weapon or your armor currently is. Oh no, I'm sorry. Actually, if you have the option also, instead of doing the weapon or armor augmentation, you can get a legacy point out of it. So, yeah, it's worth catching these things, but the danger is they often move a lot further than you can move in any given turn, unless you have somebody who's really zippy. And because they tend to barrel into the battlefield with reckless abandon, you run the chance of aggroing hidden monsters by going after the spirit. So you have to kind of decide whether it's important enough to you or not. I happen to think it is. So nobody actually has a souped up weapon other than Sanine right now. So I think what I'm going to do, if I can reach it, I can just reach it. Fortunately, Sandera is in a position. Where she can melee the hell out of things anyhow. something special happens with the cat. I'll point that out in a moment. So let's go ahead and get her over there. That little churring means we got it. Okay, it's just the weapon not that you're currently using. It's alright, little one, but what a story you'll make. Enchant Tier 0 sword, replace with Tier 1 water sword, or get a legacy point. I think I will go ahead and enchant her sword. Yay. Crimson Vial's Strike. So I can either replace the old sword or salvage it for an ingot. +5 accuracy, +5 block. Oh, this reminds me also, I figured out what potency does. Potency increases or adds to anything that can be scaled up in terms of damage or in terms of range or in terms of area of effect. It's especially useful for mystics because it can scale up the power of their magic attacks. But it's also useful for anyone who has like an area of effect thing, like the Quelling Moss. Increasing the potency on that will increase how far out it spreads and how many more things it can affect in where it lands. Okay, gonna replace the old sword. But we're definitely going to rename this. Neptune's Anger. That sounds good for a water weapon. I didn't want to overstate it, you know, like have some really weak sword be named, the Sword of Ultimate Ultimate Decimation. Ultimate Destination? This is the ultimate sword of ultimate destiny. Okay, so the water sprite will go away. That's it for that. Unfortunately, Sandera might take a bit of a shellacking next turn. So let's see if we can take some heat off of her. How much more likely to kill this thing? Okay, so now see the cat hops with her. Pet cat, black cat. A cat was granted through sacrifice all the years of its former master, and so it lives guarding the steps of a new beloved companion. Passive, Shy Swipes. The first enemy to enter adjacency each turn will take 2 shred or 1 damage. So basically the cat will just claw away its armor or its skin. So yes, basically it does get a turn, but it reacts defensively. Which is still pretty damned awesome. Okay. I'm going to see if I can constrict this thing because it's going to hurt a lot more. Constricted and hobbled. Ouch. Yeah, she is, Sandera is hurting for certain. Okay, let's form everybody up here. And jump jolt that thing. Zot. Oh, and a chain lightnings. Well, that's beautiful. I love that. I forgot about that part. Okay, so now we're going to need to go through this eventually. So I'm going to set everybody up here for an eventual, for an eventual pop open of the door. Withdraw from that. Okay. So I'm going to get everybody in place first. Guardian. Ambush. Wait. Okay, let's see. What can I interfuse with that I could potentially throw through the door? This is the tricky thing, because if you interfuse with something that is out of range or is blocked by some kind of obstacle, then you end up not being able to use that. Okay. Done. Wolf Called is done with. Open the door is a swift action. Open the door to reveal fabulous prizes. Or possibly a zonk. Wow, glad I did all that prep for all that nothing. Still, let's not go too far in. And that's why. Okay, set up an ambush there. Let's get up here and start mossing you. And yeah, see, that's the problem. He's too far away. So let's see. I can, however, interfuse and get ready to use that on the next turn. And I will come here and Guardian. Okay, well that chopped him down nicely. And, oh dear, we have an enemy that can interfuse. I'm not all happy about that. Yeah. It's like slightly passive-aggressive. It's like, you bitch. How far can I throw this? Not far enough. Okay. I'm going to stay where I am for the most part and just let this guy come to me. And once again, out of range for it. Grain bags, huh? Buckets. I do like barrage, but the only question is, can I do it without hitting Senine? Yes, I can. You ass face. Yai, 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 yai. I'll give you a jolt while we're at it. Why not? Oh, well, that did it. Give me those corn pops. And we have a silver bark sash. Simple, elegant sashing. For +5 block, anyone can take that. I think the person we send it straight into combat should probably have that. So that would be for, well, let's see, who's got what? Actually, you know what? You've got good enough block already. Let's augment somebody else. Battle sound effects are almost as funny as their own ones. Yes, they are. Sounds like she's trying to stifle the sneeze. Yeah, let's go ahead and give that to Senine. Okay. I remember this one. The legendary warrior Dunathine Lathfret said of choosing her battles, leave a field you're unafraid to look back on. We did that today, I think. You mock me, but I don't trust simple successes, irrational as that may be. When things are at their best, they've only got one direction to go, after all. Oh well, it's not worth it's not worth salting a sweet taste. Okay, then explain why people were putting sea salt in goddamn near everything a decade ago. I still can't figure that one out. Today we all get to walk away, and that's enough to be grateful for. Aren't you one big fucking ray of sunshine? Thrixel, Bard 1. I don't remember what the Bard does. I don't know, and if I did know, I don't think I'd want to know. But eventually I'm going to find out. Okay, so let's go ahead and lay down save. Alright. She's clearly never had chocolate-covered pretzels. Okay, fair point. Fair point. Yeah, those things are great. Especially, like, the white chocolate ones. Oh, yeah. Okay, now that I'm hungry, we're going to go ahead and pause here. And we will rejoin our amazing adventurers next time. So, always remember, take care of the cat that is taking care of you. And make your enemies exclusively fish folk. You'll have a very happy partner. So take care until we game again. Cut. All right. Okay, so let's see. That switched to intermission. Oh, turned it off too soon. Okay, so we'll do our usual 20-ish intermission, and we'll come back with more Wildermyth. See you in a bit. And hello again. That's a hard one to, yeah, that's a hard one to end off on because it only does the fade out like 1 second before the song ends. So you gotta really, really be fast to catch it. Excuse me. Everything back up and running here. Okay. Just wanted to make sure it was all set and good. Okay. Let's go ahead and start the timer. 3, 2, 1. They call us problem child. We spend our lives on trial. We walk an endless mile. We are the myth gone willed. Welcome back to Wildermyth. And we have now managed to reclaim a lot of the territory and fortify a good amount of the territory from the invaders. So all that's really needed at this point is to press our advantage as far as we can, and in the meantime, see what else happens, for good or for ill. So as you can see, we've just got to do security here. And then we have this area and 2 others. Technically, we really only need to get rid of this. We could ignore this. But I like going through all the sites because that way we can make sure we get plenty of stuff to work with at the end of the chapter. So without further ado, let's do it. Okay. Catalog, everything. Find an item. And meanwhile, Sandero will slowly recover. Surprisingly, not a waste of time. Resources at the end of the chapter. 1 heartwoods, 1 hides, 1 fabrics. Okay. That's good, because I don't think I had heartwoods at all. Bracelet of Divinity. We need to give those to Princess Diana of the Amazons, if I remember correctly. Pair of bracelets, especially woven. Passive warding, which I believe is magical defense. Okay, well, it makes sense that the Mystic's warding is pretty good. Sanine's got above a 1. Everybody else is kind of sad. Yeah, you know, Kennedy hasn't gotten anything new in a while. Oh, and it almost matches the knee pads. Nice. Air defense. Several vulnerabilities here, but that's how we know they'll come for it. Does get some serious rain. Hey, I think I see a marmot. I'll go ahead for tier 2. Okay, so we got that covered. Okay, so now we've had some infestation here. So let's go patrol. Yeah, you have to be you do have to be fashionable when kicking ass. You know, that's no excuse for you know, if you're going to put your boot up somebody's ass, just make sure it isn't white after Labor Day. Then again, if you put it up somebody's ass, it isn't going to be white after anyway. Let's see. You're going to assault me? Pepper Mills Lumberyard remembers. Let's try flickerings. Might get some more wood for the fire. You're going to be up longer? Sanine's already turning in. To what? Well, it must be tiring being Sanine. Maybe. Anyway, want company? Don't feel obliged. The fire and I have plenty to discuss. Rattle clunk. More wood. Oh, thanks. Here, I pre-charred it for you with my arm. This is one of the things I'm not a big fan of, because even though this has like the Papercraft thing, it does still do sprite flipping. So, yeah, it's very noticeable when you have something like an eye patch for her there. I keep forgetting these characters' names if they're not on screen. But yeah, the eye that is gouged out will switch when the character switches sides. And, you know, this will switch sides on her body, and this arm will be electric, and then suddenly this one will. This is one of the things I'm hoping they do a sequel to this. It has been... damn it. I'm hoping they do a sequel to this. It has been floated about. But if they do that, I hope they do true... I hope they do true... whatever you call it, turnarounds with the character and not just sprite flipping. I think it would make it a lot more interesting. Or maybe I'm just jaded because too many games do that and I'm just sick of it. The fire wriggles through the flesh wood. Fire wriggles through the fresh wood. Flesh wood? Oh, Jesus. Happy as a mud dog. Median's eyes grow tired. She begins to see things. Eyes? Plural. Flickerings of Drauben thought. Flickerings from Pepper Mills Lumberyard. Flickerings of that person in the background, whoever the hell she is. I don't need a lumberyard. I ain't working in no lumberyard. Median watches a story take shape. In Pepper Mills Lumberyard, there lived a young woman who had the makings of a mage. She'd been coaxing out her own mystical gift for years. She pushed and pulled energy from the rocks in the woods nearby. Her friends and elders hadn't seen such tricks before. If tricks they were, the young woman was a welcome curiosity. And as her skills grew, so did expectations. A defender of Peppermill's lumberyard wears more than a wooden bead around her neck. It fits you well, whatever the hell it is. That fashionable thing you were talking about, kitten? But when Draven feet came stomping and scraping... Midian shakes off the story's unpleasant end. But she will never forget because Peppermint Lumberyard remembers. Shh. The next day brings bitter anticipation. Looks like they made a stand outside Peppermill's Lumberyard proper. Shirt snags and broken rake handles still around. They can't have been well armed. Bird? Oh no, she spotted Solid Snake. No pretty piece of loot here. This should either be worn or buried. No petty piece of loot here, rather. The necklace is sturdy, but Midian carries it like a broken-winged bird. Find something? Defender's necklace. Found in the wreckage of an ill-fated battle. .5 armor. Wow, her armor really does suck. And she was the subject of the tale, so that actually kind of blends in with the pauldron she's got. Nice accident there. I'm going to be so mad when this video goes to YouTube by itself later, because I used the Pepperidge Farm joke twice, and that's the kind of thing I'd want to use for a title until I get to the video. I'm like, damn it! I didn't remember that Pepperidge Farm remembered. Okay, so let's see. We see what the haunts for the first time, along with some of the other things. Yeah, maybe the vision realized, like, you know, okay, you're going to die the way I did here. Take this. It's dangerous to die alone. Take this. Let's see. I'm trying to remember if I can actually do something, because she does have Elementalist. Let me have Sanine light the lamp. Yes, I can. Steal fire. The restless fire is unleashed onto a nearby tile, burning where it lands and dealing half damage to units it passes through. For range, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe. Let's give this a shot. It's early. What do we have to lose? Okay, that did work. And the fire will actually burn on that tile for a couple of rounds, meaning that anything that stays on that tile is going to get singed. Let's just Guardian here. And see if I can hit... I can hit him. Well, I could. In theory. Okay, unfortunately I used up Sanine's first attack. Let's just silk step here. And that worked very well. Harass. Oh, these stupid birds. Always the damn birds. Piss off. Where's the cat when I need it? Hey, honey, sit your cat on it, will you? Now, the good thing is, as long as this, see, as long as this is still burning, I can still do stuff with it. Fire leash. Jerk a captured blaze to leap through the air, burning fiercely where it lands and dealing half damage. So, unfortunately, range is limited, but we can at least get it on its way. It's hot. Let's start with Median. I'll move her up this way. Okay, so that might at least pen them in a little bit. And then she comes up and does Guardian. Unless they can, I think they can move diagonally, but danger. Oh, they set down a trap of their own. Okay, well, fuck it. Okay, now I got a trap set down. So, nanny freaking boo-boo. Okay, that dead ends. And I will bravely stand behind you. And I can get the quelling moss on a couple of them. Well, one of them took it. You jerk. And you can make them attack again. Ain't that just a pickled peach? Okay, yeah, I do not want you sticking around behind us. I think I threw that like completely off of the battlefield. Oh, giant saw. Nice. And again with the fucking birds. Man, just everybody's getting hit with everything here. Spectre step, huh? Come on, bring this thing out. Good, that thing was a pain in the ass. Okay, let's give this guy a hot foot. Shoo! Shoo bird! Wasn't sure if that was going to leap or not, but yeah, the fire would have taken care of him on his next turn, as it did. And Candide is a level up. Bloodhorn Hunter. Okay, so let's see what we have. Through shot. Candide fires a cleverly placed arrow that will pass through the first target and hit the next target in a line, dealing -1 damage to the second target. Hardiness, Candide has 30% health. Thornfang, once per turn, Candide is refunded an action point after a melee kill. Upgrade, ambush interrupts enemy movement. I like through shot. It's especially nice if I can get a bunch of enemies kind of into a kill lane. Like I was trying to do with the fire there. But yeah, kill shot can be fun. Sure Wand of Weirdstool. Tier 1 wand. Yeah. Gee, I wonder who's going to get this one. We've been using a soup spoon this whole time, by the way. By the way, the Mystics can use both staffs or wands. I don't think there's any real fundamental difference, except if you have two hands, you can use a staff. If you have one, you can use a wand. So if you lose a limb or it's changed, I think it's kind of best to go with the wand anyway. I think the staff might do more damage. In fact, I think most of the two-handed weapons would. Gravel Pelt Cloak, the salt-forward style of storied El Nish mariners. El Nish? 0.5 armor. Okay. Median needs that too. She needs to, she's the only one below 1 armor at this point, so yeah. Ooh. Everything she has is coordinating so nicely. She is styling. Well, if you are having weird stool, either see a doctor or just go to your local head shop. It's possible you may also be in the Mushroom Kingdom, so there's that. Troubled Sleep. We'll try that. Night's fallen before the last draw of Lies Still. It's a short but weary trek to camp for the Sisterhood of Embers. I call dibs on the last of the shroom cakes. You know, I joked, but... Ah, yes, we've reached the dib-calling stage of the evening. While the others divvy up last night's leftovers, Median heads straight to bed. Peace at last. Wish I had something to read, not that I'd be able to focus with Sinine bothering me. Her body droops the day's toils felt in every ligament. Until at last... Troubles melt like I almost said horny flakes. I almost misread that as horny flakes. Kellogg's horny flakes. They're great. Amusingly enough, cornflakes were actually first made for an insane asylum that was run by one of the Kellogg brothers. It was meant to be bland on purpose as an antidote for, or not an antidote, as a treatment for like being excessive emotions and such. But the other brother decided to market it as a breakfast cereal. One of the Kellogg's would have, yeah. Troubles melt like honey flakes. Welcome. Oh, and also, pleased to meet you, Doll from the Corn Issues album. Is that the lost cheese of Tenderthorn? And these are the mystical gems Setioth Cleftshank once held. Now I have an excuse for completely fucking up the sentences. Sinine doesn't know the value of things like this. Speaking of Sinine, looks like she is still guarding the tent. As long as she's not singing to the moon. Brr? Is she in trouble? Got something against Median? Get in line. Glare all you want, I'm not letting you through. Interesting staring contest we've got here. Because technically she never blinks either. Ugh! Is she dead? X-eyes in comic strips and all usually mean dead or drunk. Hey, wait, why is she moving so slow? Ugh, why can't I move my limbs? Well, because you're a Papercraft doll, for one. Sinine? Sinine! Yeah, what are you shouting for? Oh, amazing. Must have had a vivid dream. Right, well, make yourself useful. I want griddle cakes. I want breakfast. Maybe I'll patch up her blanket later when no one's looking. Plus 0.5 speed. Naturally, that translates to speed. Okay, then. Haunt, extra armor. Cannot cancel. Joy. Yeah, as the campaign goes on, these things are going to get seriously problematic. Okay. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to gather. Or no, actually we already gathered. We're going to secure. Investigate, see what we can find. Because that stuff is always going to be helpful. Incursion. Draven in great number move to attack your lands, driving peaceful folks before them, leveling homes and hallowed places. Your enemies will travel from tile to tile, attacking and destroying sites until they are defeated by heroes in combat or repelled by defenses you've built. Their numbers will wear down. Once incursion size reaches 0, the enemy will dissipate and the incursion will be over. So, basically, shit's going down. Okay. Yeah, so Stomp 2 there basically means we're going to have to deal with 2 of them instead of 1 whenever this comes up. The Woken Slinger, extra health. The Dwever, extra armor. The Rager, extra damage. Okay, this one I'm definitely canceling because the Rager sucks. The Rager is basically a bull. And its whole main method of attack is to just plow right the hell through you and it will make you regret waking up that day. So yeah, I want to hold that one off as long as possible. Alright, let's finish securing the site. Since we already started that. Alright, yeah, fine. Now let's get on to the next fight. Heartwoods 2. Talisman of Cunning. The symbol of the eye unclosing is usually worn in tribute to one's fallen comrades. So this is going to increase accuracy all around for people, but it's going to lower block, spell damage, and stunt chance for the 3. Sanine is the only one it's not going to negatively affect because she doesn't have anything else, so there you go. Okay, so let's see where the incursion is coming from. Dwarven incursion size 3 will be here in 36 days. So let's see how long it let's see how long a tier 2 defense would take. 26. Okay. That'll whittle them down pretty nicely. And I can still get a combat in and get some stuff. And I'm guessing this is where they would go next. And there, so. But that ain't going to happen, is it? Now, I don't really want to send a party over here because I know things are coming. So let's just go ahead and advance time. Pillaging Dralavan have arrived at Peppermill's lumberyard. They've come for our distinctive Milano cookies. Strength 7 plus 2 from incursion size. Oh boy. Defend it. Incursion! The Dralavan have come. They yell to each other and clang their weapons, advancing through the shade and shaking the pines. How should the defenders respond? Numbers feel all right, readier than we might have been. Well, I hope so. You had 10 days to deal with it. Charge into battle, take the fight to them. Use our knowledge of the land, harry their approach. Stay hidden until the last moment, fight with cunning. So I think the percentages down here correspond to a random dice roll. And this determines your chance of the strategy working and therefore giving you a bonus, or the strategy not working and giving you a detriment. So I think I'm going to go with... this is assuming I remember it correctly, of course. So I think I'm going to go with the highest percentage and see how that works. Unfortunately, disguising their paltry force becomes a clumsy mix of crossed intentions. Disorder reigns as they hurry to take better positions. Well, shite. Okay, so we'll see how badly this screws me up. All heroes. Walling provides no armor this combat. Oh, fuck. That is worrisome. Alright, but nothing I haven't dealt with before, but now we're going to have twice as many stumps as normal. And the stumps are going to do more damage. Okay. So We right away have several enemies over this direction. Not much of anything over here, so let's focus on what we do have to deal with. Also, you'll notice when you do these defenses, there's a new option, Volley of Arrows. Local archers are supporting you for this fight. Tell them where to focus their fire. Archers can fire once every other turn. Damage 4, +2 for each prepared fortification tier. Which in this case is 2, tier 2. Ooh, could I make a through shot? Well, let's see. Nope. Oh well. You'll notice we also have some people from the local town to help us defend, but I really don't want to have them do a whole lot. Mainly just want to stand there, look pretty, watch our asses. And unfortunately, warding is not going to help, but okay, you know what? I'm going to layer some hurt on him. Oh, or actually, I could get them both. There we go. Rain death. Death reigned, ma'am. And poisoned. Beautiful. Okay. Now, Median is going to have a little bit of a problem here because we've got all these fortifications, the barricades. I could use them to damage things, but I don't necessarily want to because I don't want to get rid of the things that are protecting us. Oh, Medena, the material girl. Yeah, after she got rescued by her vigilante boyfriend. Let's see, what do I want to do here? I don't think there's a lot for Median to do. I am going to go ahead and have her... I'm going to go ahead and have her interfuse with that barrel. Because it's something to do. And I'm going to bring... There's no point keeping her near anybody else because I can't get the blocking bonus. Well, they ain't waiting at all, are they? Is it possible? Of course it isn't. Okay. I'm gonna have to move her back. Let's get the civilians out of here. It'd be nice if that affected more than just one of them. By all rights, I feel like it should. Oh, shit. Mouse is caught. Bitch. Now, is anyone left over here now? Oh, one dart. Okay, but I'm not that worried about him. Let's see. Place an ambush there. I'm going to move her up and see if I can quelling moss from up here. Yes, I can get them both. It's always a good time. Aha! Well, shite. Did I just say I wasn't worried about him? I should have been. Okay, and I took one of them out when they intruded. The hell just happened? Splinter Blast. Seems like a good time for that. Damn it, I wanted Splinter Blast to hit the rat. Who else am I supposed to aim that at? It right in the name. Okay. Let's see if we can pin you. Alright. Yeah, I think it's time for another arrow volley. Okay. There we go. Just hits the assholes I want to. Fire at will! Okay, so I guess Chris Rock is giving the call there. Is anybody else here? Or did she? No, she didn't kill them all. Well, that sucked. It really doesn't matter if the keep on shooting over the borderline. You just keep on shooting arrows over the borderline. You know, I still think back to that Vigilante playthrough, and I remember there's one or two Madonna songs I just totally forgot about when I was prepping that. But I think your count was 23, if I remember right. Just still pretty damned impressive. Okay, I know what to do. Through shot. I fucked it up. I should have been shooting for the stump. I should have been aiming for the stump and then it would have hit the haunt. I totally botched that. It has been too goddamn long since I have played this. Yeah, let's get you out of here. Oh, Jesus. Too many things. Far too many things. Holy god damn it, where are all these things coming from? Yeah, there's a couple of things, like, I remember red spots right here that were enemy spawners, but I think there's only a limited amount of enemies that actually end up appearing. Okay, well, you know what? You're here, you might as well earn your keep. That's not how you earn your keep. My favorite trick. There we go. I was going to make this work no matter what. I will find a way to make it work. I am Prometheus. I am Prometheus with breasts. Whoa! And an elementalist bonus, and wow, that was beautiful. Well, hell. Okay, you know what? Get up there and back the real hero up. Well, shit, who's the real hero? Has the 3-shot actually replaced a regular shot? Okay. So I guess her default thing is a 3-shot now. Some civilians gonna die tonight. Oh shite. Well, okay, now this is the tricky thing. I don't remember if her right arm or her left arm is actually the one that's the storm arm. Because by doing so, I could just replace that. Oh, I guess because it's only giving me right arm. Okay, Well, I mean, there's far worse things than having both arms on the Storm Touch theme. Battle ragged, her right arm useless, Sandera launches friends and foes blur around her, but within that blur emerges a moment of clarity. The most important thing right now is pulling back, living to fight another day, taking this thing down with me. Sandera dies, deal 14 damage. Making my memory matter, Sandera dies, +3 armor all. Sandera is maimed. Takes more than that to finish Sandera Alifair. Median, on the other hand, that might have been the end of Median. Sandera bows out for now. Okay, well that was rough. Now let's see if I can do it right this time. No, I cannot. Okay, you need to retreat back this way. I can't move it through those tiles without, god damn it. Okay, well, you know what? Here, she tags out, you tag in. Go whoop some ass. Or don't, see if I care. Rain death. And got one of them. They are thick stumps, yes, absolutely. Okay, Lady Medina, can you polish this guy off, please? Okay, she could definitely get rid of him, so let's take the sure thing. Very unintuitive as to how it moves around the tiles like that, but we'll do that. We lost one. Well, nothing I could really do. She cannot do enough damage to kill the thing. Neither can she. Well, the two of them together. Or not. That'll make them hate life. Well, bitch cakes. Damn it. I swear to God, if the villager shows up, the heroes. Oh my lord. Okay, that's it. Let's just leave one of the heroes here. Oh shit. Ah. Welp. Sanine collapses forward. Her right leg has gone silent, but frankly, the rest of her body is telling her enough. I can live through this if I get out now. Yep. Just a leg after all. I got two. More to life than legs. The lucky thing is I only have 2 enemies left to go. So I can pull through this. I just need to basically focus most of my attention on keeping the party alive. And by the party, I mean the people in my original party. Okay, you know what? You're going to have to go around the bend and intercept that thing. Okay, I'm done with what I can do there. You know what, the hell with it. Oh, I'll take it out completely. Okay, yeah, why not? Archers! Sterling, Mallory. And we got through it, but we left a couple limbs behind. Median is now a Bloodhorn Mystic. Aid. Once per combat, Median gives an adjacent target 6/10 health and reserves negative status effects. Median deals +1 damage and has +1 range with range attacks. Bows no longer have a minimum range. I don't understand why the Mystic gets this. Arches. Median bonds with the earth and summons from Seedling and Silt a wondrous tree that pins surrounding enemies. Upgrade. Shy. The first enemy to enter adjacency will take 3 shred and then 2 damage. I think I want to do Aid because there's really not any means outside of this to heal anybody in combat. And I think as you upgrade it, you might be able to do it more than just once per combat. Okay. So this has already run fairly long, so might as well do a defense preparation. Not a place I'd like to get bottled up in. Diggable earth. Cookfire would be in that clearing behind us. Yeah, let's go ahead and rebuild the defenses back up. And the 2 maimed people are going to vamoose back to the home city. But at least we pushed the incursion back for a while. And while we're at it, let's see if we can make something for one of these 2. Let's see. I wonder why I can't make anything for Sanine. Okay, so as you can see, instead of just losing her arm, her second arm has now become a storm-touched arm. Storm Jump Jolt, Storm Chain Lightning. Through up to 3 foes, half damage to the second and third, inflicting senseless on stunt. Yeah, so by actually choosing to lose her arm, we now have a tremendous boost in her abilities. Sneaky, ain't it? On the downside, though, she can no longer use any type of weapons, which means that that water sword is gone. There's unfortunately no recycling it. Can't make any better armor for her. Let's see. Cost with discount. I'm not really sure where the discount comes from. Okay, so that is water-based. This is leaf-based. This is stone-based. Let's see, stone shreds 1 armor and pins all enemies within a 2-tile radius. Stunt grants 2 temp health to the hero. Stunt effect refunds an action point. That's that can be very nice. Let you just go all Legolas with the things. I think I am going to go ahead and make that for her. Horny Tark. Okay, then. You know what? Mythbow of Peppermills is actually kind of appropriate in this case. So, yeah. That's why I couldn't do anything for Sanine, because she hadn't returned to action. Okay, so we got our bow made, and we're gonna go ahead and head back to Peppermills. Shady Miller Furs, and we'll get the defenses done. Tier 3 defenses built. Okay, so hopefully we won't have that issue that we had before. So at this point, we have secured all of the places around here. We only have 2 more things to do: scout this and then make the final assault in Bull Plain. But we'll go ahead and handle that next time. Thank you everybody for joining me again on this wonderful adventure, and may you always leave the fight with the same number of limbs you walked into it with. Take care. Until we game again. Cut. Wow, that was astonishing. I don't know if I actually started my timer properly, if I just let it keep going. Yeah, I definitely could have used that aid, but it worked out okay because of, the way I fudged an upgrade out of it. That's one nice thing about being able to use the cheat menu and select the stuff yourself. Yeah. Well, don't worry, her heart will go on. And I know that's not her. I don't care. Close to damn enough. Okay. So I think we'll go ahead and stop there, and I'll end the traditional way with the reading of the Patreon supporters. Mike Panza, Rick in Baltimore, Viceroy Scorn, Diode, Jumpy Cat, Shin Majin, the post-production contributions of Matthew Carr Anderson, and of course, all of my wonderful Lycanthro fans. So, next week, as I mentioned, will be more Wildermyth, and I will think a little bit about buckshot roulette. If not, I'll come up with something else. But that is a possibility. It would be nice to actually be, with the trend for once. It's not like I go out of my way to do it, but it's a popular game right now, and it is actually an interesting game that's not an overblown AAA crap. So it's something I could definitely see myself playing. I think it is too. I think it's coming along pretty well too. There's a lot to see in Wildermyth. There's a lot to experience. It's a story. It's a legend, and we're watching it unfold. So, thank you very much for being here, Misfit Kitten. Anyone else still in the chat or who was just lurking around, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed everything. So, I'll have the weekly uploads, of course, and I will see you next week for more Wildermyth and something. So until then, thank you all, and take care. Until we game again.